Hi Taurus, this is your May 26th through June 1st weekly tarot reading. We'll have 5 separate spreads in this weekly reading. The first spread is going to be on new love entering your lives. Spread number 2 is for those of you who are already in an established relationship or married. In the third spread, we'll see if anybody wants to get back together with you. After that, in spread number 4, we'll talk about your work, your business, and your finances. And the fifth spread will be what you're not expecting to happen this week. Please like, comment, and subscribe to support this channel. This first spread is a new love this week, Taurus. We have the 5 of Swords clarified by the Moon. We have the Fool clarified by the King of Wands. We have the 10 of Cups. In the potential outcome, we have the 6 of Swords with the 9 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles. And we have the 6 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with a fire sign. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We also have Pisces on the table. My, oh my, Taurus. You had to wait until your birthday season is over to have a reading like this. Well, anyway, I hope you had a great birthday season. So what I've noticed right away is that the main spread on the left with those 5 cards, right, the 3 cards and 2 clarifiers, they're pretty much the same as the 3 cards in the potential outcome. They're talking about the same story. Same story. All right, let me talk about the person you're going to be dealing with. Or maybe this is somebody who is already in your life. That King of Wands, that's the person. The 4th card from the left clarifying the Fool. So the King of Wands could be a fire sign. Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. The Fool, by the way, is an Aries major arcana card. But we'll talk about the Fool in just a second. So yeah, the King of Wands is either a fire sign or somebody with some major fire placements in their chart. If they're not a fire sign, they could be somebody who is very fire passionate, somebody who is easy to get up and go, somebody who is like a leader. All right, so we've established the person, right? This reading starts with the 5 of Swords clarified by the Moon. My, oh my. And it's very similar to the 6 of Swords, the first card in a potential outcome. All right, so the 5 of Swords. Some of you could be leaving another person behind, right? It could be you who is doing this. It could be this King of Wands who is doing this. I'm not judging anybody. No, I'm just reading the cards. That's what I do here. All right, and I also try to make other people's lives better, hence the name of the channel. Anyway, 5 of Swords. Some of you could be breaking up with an existing boyfriend or girlfriend, right? And the 6 of Swords, the first card in the potential outcome, it's also a card of moving on, leaving something or someone behind. Right? The 5 of Swords could be maybe one of you moving out, all right? And maybe you have a lease on that place and you will have to break the lease and they're not going to be happy about it, right? The 5 of Swords could be, perhaps you have like somebody who is advising you not to get involved with this King of Wands, and you're going to tell this person off. You're going to shut him down and tell him, you know what, keep your opinion to yourself. I don't care. When I want to know your opinion, I'll let you know. Leave me alone. We're moving forward. And because we're happy, because we want to be together, right? The 5 of Swords and the 6 of Swords maybe you're dealing with 2 new people concurrently, right? And maybe you're choosing this King of Wands, and obviously another person you've been talking to, they're not going to be happy about it, right? So those are the like general basic scenarios that I can think of. What those cards mean, the 5 of Swords and the 6 of Swords, but definitely somebody is being left behind. Okay, yeah, the 6 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. It is a card of an equal give and take. It is a card of a generosity, right? It is a card of balance. But as you can see, we have 3 people in the 6 of Pentacles. So for some of you, again, one of you is choosing the new person. Maybe this is you choosing this King of Wands over another person, or your King of Wands is choosing you over somebody else. Okay. Anyway, the Fool clarified by that King of Wands. The Fool again could simply be an Aries you're dealing with, but the Fool is a card of liberation. Liberating yourself from whatever happened with the 5 of Swords. Okay. Oh, the Moon, by the way, clarifying that 5 of Swords could be a Pisces. Maybe you're leaving Pisces behind. Or the Moon is a card of fear. It's maybe you feared that there's going to be like repercussions or consequences, but you're overcoming that fear. Okay. And you're moving straight to commitment with this person. right? We have the Ten of Cups right there in the middle. That was the third card that actually came out in the main spread. And the third card in the potential outcome is the Ten of Pentacles, which is also a commitment and marriage card. So you see how those two spreads, the main spread and the potential outcome, they're similar, very similar, if not identical. So yeah, the Ten of Cups is a marriage card, and so is the Ten of Pentacles. And it's like you're getting the best of both worlds, because the Ten of Cups is all about emotional fulfillment. It's the happily ever after card. It's a family card. The Ten of Pentacles is a rock solid commitment and marriage card. It's a card of like very down to earth, serious energies. This is when people buy property together, when people have money in the bank and all that type of stuff, right? So you got both the Ten of Cups, emotions, and the Ten of Pentacles, practicality. All right, Taurus, amazing reading. There's definitely a twist to this story. We went through different scenarios, but at the end of the day, you and this King of Wands are going to be happy together. Really happy for you, Taurus. Congratulations. If you are already in a relationship, in an established relationship, or married, Taurus, this spread is for you. We have the Ten of Swords, clarified by the Tower. We have the Six of Cups. Then we have the Six of Wands, clarified by the Two of Cups, and we have the Chariot on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with a Cancer, Aries, Scorpio, or any zodiac sign. Another interesting reading, Taurus. You keep blowing my mind. You know what it kind of feels like? It feels like, you ever heard anybody say the best revenge is to be happy? Okay, that's what I thought of when I looked at this reading. And it's like another thing I thought of, tying a loose end, or perhaps there was some kind of a devastation in the past. I'm not predicting any devastation happening right now, but perhaps there was some kind of a very bad experience, devastation in the past. And perhaps you got hurt in the past, or you lost in the past, right? It was like really bad. It was a really negative experience for you. So there's going to be that negative experience, in a way, is going to be resurfacing. Something about it is going to be resurfacing. But you will come on top. You will come on top. Let me just throw in an example. Say in the past you got fired and you lost a job, right? You got fired. You were wrongly accused of something and you got fired. So this week, they will circle back to you and tell you, you know what, you were right all along. Or, you know what, without you, everything is falling apart. Or, we should have listened to you, right? This is just an example, right? For some of you, maybe you will hear from an old boss or an old coworker. But in the past, with the Ten of Swords and the Tower, something fell apart. And it was ugly. It was ugly, right? The Six of Cups in the middle is a card of something or someone from the past, right? And out of the remaining three cards, we have two victory cards. The Six of Wands and the Chariot are both victory cards. So I think this is you feeling good about yourself, feeling good about this now, this week. Even though in the past you got devastated by it, but I think it almost feels like justice. Justice is about to prevail. Okay, that's what it kind of feels like. Let me know how this plays out for you, but this is how it feels. It's like you will feel good. Even if something went very, very wrong in the past, this week, justice will be restored. And you will feel like it's a victory. All right? Cool. Let's see if anybody wants to get back together with you. Or if anybody shows back up from the past for you, Taurus, this week. We have the Six of Cups, clarified by the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Emperor, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Sun on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with Aries, Leo, maybe a fellow Earth sign, another Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. The Emperor, right there in the middle. I think that's the person showing back up. It's an Aries Major Arcana card. What's interesting is that I just did the Aries reading right before you, Taurus. This week I'm going in a typical order, I guess, in typical zodiac sign order. And the Aries reading also had the Emperor in the Love from the Past spread. So maybe you're dealing with an Aries. Okay, so yeah, the Emperor is an Aries Major Arcana card. It's also like somebody who is leveling up, stepping up, ready for a commitment. For some of you, it's an ex-husband, showing up or ex-spouse showing up, but perhaps this person is finally stepping up and they're ready for a commitment. Right next to the Emperor, to the right from them, we do have the Ten of Pentacles, which is a card of a commitment and marriage, right? This reading actually starts with the Six of Cups, clarified by the Knight of Pentacles. The Six of Cups is a soulmate card. It's also a card of someone from the past. The Knight of Pentacles clarifying that, maybe an earth sign like you, not a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but the Knight of Pentacles could be a financial card. Maybe this person is now making a lot of money, all right? Maybe their financial situation improved. And the Knight of Pentacles is also a card of somebody who is very serious. Out of all four Knights, this is the most serious, grounded, long-term oriented Knight out of all four Knights. It's also the slowest Knight out of all four Knights. But I don't think speed is going to be an issue here. We also have the Sun on the bottom of the deck, which is a card of clarity, and it could be a Leo you're dealing with, but it's also the happiest card in the deck. All right, it is the happiest card in the deck. So this looks like a reconciliation, or if somebody shows back up from the past, you two will want to take it to the next level. All right, cool. Let's talk about your work, your business, and your finances, Taurus, this week. We have the Five of Cups, the Magician, the Hierophant, and the Knight of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with a Gemini, Virgo, yeah, or anybody. Okay, so you're dealing with somebody from your past this week, Taurus. Or perhaps you may feel regret about something you did or didn't do in the past, and you will want to try to correct it. But I think for most of you, you will be hearing from somebody from your past, right? Because the Five of Cups, the first card that came out, this card definitely is a card that's associated with the past. It is a card of grief, regret, disappointment, right? So let me throw in some scenarios. Perhaps you applied for a job in the past, and you went through an interview or a couple of job interviews, and they chose somebody else over you. And this week they will reach out to you and say, you know what, we made a big mistake. That person didn't work out for us. Are you still interested? Are you still available? Right? Another example would be perhaps they in the past promoted somebody else or gave another company a contract if you run your own business, right? And this week they will contact you and say, are you still available, or are you still interested, right? So think of scenarios like this, right? They definitely regret what they did or didn't do, and this week you'll be hearing from them, right? The Knight of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, yeah, a very decent chunk of change is going to be offered to you. The Magician in the middle could be the person wanting to get you back or wanting to give you this opportunity this time around, or maybe this is how they see you, right? The Magician is really good at what they do. All right, the Magician is a card of manifestation. It's a card of taking action. It's a very creative card. The Hierophant right next to the deck, Taurus, is actually one of your major arcana cards. So maybe this is you represented by your own major arcana card in your own reading, which is always a great, amazing sign. But if we forget for a second that the Hierophant is one of your major arcana cards, it is a card of something formal and official. Formal and official, even traditional, religious for some of you, spiritual, but it's like formal and something formal and official. All right, so what you're going to do is going to be up to you, Taurus. But the offer is serious and legit. All right, cool. Let's see what you're not expecting to happen, Taurus, this week, but I think most of you already expected. We have the Page of Swords, the King of Wands, the Eight of Wands, and the Knight of Wands on the bottom of the deck. So if that King of Wands looks familiar to you, that is because we saw this King in the first spread. So this is simply a repeat of the first spread. Even though it's a different deck, I don't know if you can tell, it's a different deck. I use different decks for different spreads. So perhaps the way it's going to play out is going to be unexpected, or at least a part of it is going to be very unexpected to you. How all of this pans out, unfolds, or how it happens. All right, but the King of Wands is coming in, and the rest is history, as we saw in the first spread. Right, we have that Eight of Wands right next to the deck. Right, the Eight of Wands could be a travel card. Somebody could be traveling. It's also a card of a lot of communication, and it's the Cupid's arrows card. All right, the Cupid's arrow. So perhaps you can blame the Cupid on what's about to happen. The Knight of Wands on the bottom of the deck, yeah, it's simply the same energy as the King of Wands, right? We have the King of Wands, the Eight of Wands, and the Knight of Wands, right? But the Naito ones is all about passion. It's all about energy, enthusiasm. It's all about, it's very optimistic and passionate energy. But it's the same person as the King of Wands. All right, so that's what you're not expecting, Taurus. And to be honest, that's what I didn't expect. But that's what I have for you for this reading, for this week. If this video resonates with you, please like it. Please also comment and subscribe. And other than that, Taurus, have an amazing week.